Introduction to Philosophy. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. Aristotle was an ancient Greek philosopher and scientist, the student of Plato and teacher of Alexander, one of the most important figures of Western philosophy. Knowing yourself means self-knowledge. Here it is about philosophy. Philosophy means when people trying to understand the fundamental truth about themselves and about the world in which they live. According to Aristotle, knowing yourself or self-knowledge is the beginning of all wisdom. Similar idea can be found in Indian philosophy also. Do not lead by others, awaken your mind, amaze your own experience, and decide for yourself your own path. Adharva Veda. And the quote by Swami Vivekananda, you have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you, none can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. So here it is everything about self-knowledge. It means self-knowledge is the beginning of all wisdom. Means nobody can help you unless you help yourself. Because here it is about self-knowledge. Philosophy means it is an activity when people trying to explore the fundamental truth about themselves and the world around them. Means self-knowledge. Philosophy. Philosophy means study of proper behavior, that is search for wisdom. The word philosophy, philo and sophos. Philo meaning love. Sophos meaning wisdom. So philosophy means love of wisdom, love of knowledge. The ideas in philosophy are general and abstract. Abstract means that exist in thoughts but haven't a physical or concrete existence. So the ideas of philosophy are general and abstract. It exists in thoughts. It deals with very basic question, nature of human thoughts, reality and perception, the nature of the universe and the connection between them. It is believed that the term philosophy was coined by Pythagoras. Who was Pythagoras? The mathematician known best for the Pythagorean theorem. He was a Greek philosopher as well as mathematician. Philosophical method includes questioning, critical discussion, arguments and systematic presentation. It cannot be explained by reason. It is abstract, that is exists in thoughts. It has no physical or concrete existence. Earliest period, the natural philosophy encompassed astronomy, medicine and physics. Newton's Principia Mathematica, that means mathematical principles of natural philosophy. Later, it classifies as a book of physics. Traditional branch of philosophy separate into academic disciplines like psychology, sociology, linguistics and economics. Now about 6 main branches of modern philosophy. Metaphysics, the nature of reality and universe. Epistemology, the study of knowledge. Logic, arguments and logic, inference and conclusion. Ethics, the study of right and wrong conduct. Politics, the study of government. Aesthetic, study of beauty and art. Some metaphysical question in philosophy. Is there God? Who are we? Does universe have a purpose? Difference between reality and perception. Difference between the way we perceive something and the reality. Is everything that happens already predetermined? Is consciousness limited to the brain? Is world strictly composed of matter? And so on. Philosophy and science. Philosophy means it is about logical argumentation, while science utilizes empirical data. Science is trying to explain something based on experiment result. But in the case of philosophy, it's about explanation and arguments. A question, is world strictly composed of matter, or the relation between matter and energy? The historical relation between science and philosophy is not friendly one. Because science explains something based on experiment result. But philosophy, it is abstract, that exists in thoughts, cannot be explained by reason. And in science, quantum theory explains the nature and behavior of matter and energy on the atomic and subatomic level. Max Planck, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics for the theory in 1918. He found that radiation from a glowing body changes in color from red to orange, finally to blue as its temperature rises. And he found that energy exists in individual unit as the same way the matter does. The existence of this individual unit of energy became the first assumption of quantum theory. And law of thermodynamics says energy cannot be created or destroyed, or energy can turn into matter. Example, photosynthesis, the sunlight. The light energy is converted into chemical energy to produce glucose. That energy is the source of life on earth. So here it is about science. It can be explained with the experiment and result. So in science, quantum theory explains the nature and behavior of matter and energy on the atomic and subatomic level. And now about philosophy. In Indian concept, Vedanta says Brahma or Adishakti is the source of energy. We are all part of Brahma. That means Aham Brahmasmi. I am the infinite reality. And then there was creations in Maya or an illusion. Brahma means supreme soul, supreme energy. And then the other creations. Prakriti, Purushan, life, matter and everything. This is Indian concept. It says we are all part of Brahma, but we forget our origin in Maya. This is philosophy. It cannot be explained with experimental result. And law of thermodynamics says energy cannot be created or destroyed. And Indian philosophy says Atma or energy is imperishable, beyond birth and death, permanent and independent. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 20. For the soul or energy, there is never birth or nor death, nor having once been. Does he ever cease to be? He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. That means the soul or energy is neither created nor destroyed. It cannot prove with experiment or result. And science needs evidence. So the historical relation between philosophy and science is not friendly. There has been always dispute and controversies. Is it possible to know everything with our sense? The question, hearing range. The range of frequencies that can be heard by humans or other animals, it is about 20 to 20,000 hertz. And some other animal species are able to hear frequencies beyond the human hearing range. But human cannot hear the sound beyond this limit of this frequency. It is impossible to hear with our sense. And the electromagnetic spectrum contains radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma rays. But human retina in our eyes cannot detect anything except this visible light, or human retina can only detect the visible light. So it says it is impossible to detect everything with our sense. Bhagavad Gita says human soul cannot bear to know the exact power and embodiment of its original cosmic soul with 5 senses or mind. It is impossible to prove with reason. So there is always debate between science and philosophy. Philosophy is about metaphysics, beyond physics, beyond reason. Aesthetics. Aesthetics means the branch of philosophy that explores the nature of art, beauty and taste with the creations and appreciation of beauty. Indian concept, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Truth, godliness and beauty. God is truth, truth is Shiva and Shiva is beautiful. Life is experienced as Satchitanand, true, good and beautiful. The one who is truthful and benefactor is beautiful. God is Shiva, or the ultimate energy, Brahma. Truth, godliness and beauty. God is truth, truth is Shiva, Shiva is beautiful. Shiva here means Brahma. Life is experienced as Satchidanand, true, good and beautiful. And according to romantic thinkers, beauty is truth, truth beauty. Unlike enlightenment thinkers, romantic go for deeper and subconscious appeals. What imagination sees as beauty must be true. John Keats. Another metaphysical concept, Platonism. That means philosophy, the existence of abstract object in a third realm. That means the uppermost of all realm, in another world. And it is about the distinction between the reality which is perceptible but unintelligible, that we feel but we cannot define, and the reality which is imperceptible but intelligible, that we cannot feel but we can define with reason. The more details are discussed in the video about introduction to metaphysical poetry, and we'll discuss later. And another metaphysical concept, Neoplatonism by Plotinus, Greek philosopher. The one, the intellect and the soul. Neoplatonism is a very important concept in modern day spirituality. Some important philosophers in history, Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Friedrich Nietzsche, Jacques Derrida, Martin Luther, Voltaire, Rousseau, Adi Shankara, Lobamudra, Osho, Chanakya, Sri Aurobindo, Swami Vivekananda, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. More details will be in next videos.